Do you even have a good mahjong picture for this? Nah, who cares? So, we're having a game today. Who would have thought that'll happen? I want to play two of someone closer to the bottom and my team that can do pretty much anything at this point. Quite interesting that some teams have started to converge more and more at this point, but we'll see how it goes anyway. I don't think the match will be really interesting though. Like, what can even people do right now? Well, Casino can lose its points and go third, I guess. Closer to those competing for the fourth place, and Red 5 might get into kind of trying to contest fourth again. But who knows? I think the main events for those probably happen in the final games, which I will be starting for every normal person in the thread tomorrow. So yeah. Also, this music is awful. So let's see. No, that's the wrong one. I don't think we have many people actually readying up. On line 11, that's with two commentators and some other standby probably won't mean that everyone's even ready it right now. Yep. I only see 5 people out of expected 8. Good job. Why are USOs so dead anyway? So, if this table is probably not that interesting, is the other table any better? We may be getting a co-commentator. Okay, so the other table. Let's get a quick look. Yeah, Adeptus can get a better placement. Deepest and Neanderthals can. No way they can switch, but yeah. Hello. Yep, that's me. I guess. I mean, we have co-commentated together previously. Yep, I don't think it was on my stream, but on someone's for sure. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's US hours, they're mostly dead anyway. But yeah. The stream is up, we're all good to go. Well, games have not even started anyway, so yeah. We still have at least 6 more minutes. I don't think even people have queued enough. No, I am in the UK, so. But it's fine. It's not that late in the morning that let it finish, so it's manageable. UK. I'd be slightly worried if people don't know where that is, but. Alright. But yeah, we have commentated together with Waffle on one of those streams, if you remember that. Well, that's an accomplishment, I guess. True, true. I mean, also probably depends on the wine and how large the bottle was. Yeah, true, true. Well, unless you try to cock it back somehow. There are methods, but yeah, if you're just doing it alone, why not just link it up? Yep, true. So on this table we have Red 5, Casino, Eldorado, and Mega Man Gun. Well, they got 4th and 2nd. I mean, they still might do it, but who knows? 4th place right now is 110 points. Depending on the outcome of these games, they might be 4th, might not be, might go in the negatives. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we still have, what, at least 2 more days afterwards, so what do you think can happen? I think that pre-final stretch is going to be quite crazy, but we'll see. We'll see. If the top players do extremely poorly, even um, Renchen might get a chance. I mean, how many games do they even have left? Renchen, I mean, they've been doing some really crazy stuff. They still have 6 games left. If they get double first in all of them, they'll get about 300 points. And yeah, true, true. And at the same time, if everyone at the top half converges to the 0, then that's pretty much in the realm of possibility, but that requires pretty much everyone to be standing at 0 points. Yeah. Absolutely scripted. The finals will be between teams that are all at the 0 points. Okay, I hear that the other table has started and we are missing one player. I swear there was someone else already, but maybe they misclicked or left, or it wasn't someone that was supposed to play. But yeah, we now have even more time to waste before the game actually starts. Oh, we're missing the Mega Mangam player. I think he said he went for Sanma to check his luck. Maybe he got so shattered on Sanma he decided not to show up. Yeah, we don't even have slots to move this anymore at this point. Well, I mean, we probably could. Let's see. So it's 3, 7, 13, and 8. E. Well, that's a good question. I mean, we don't put that Sumagiri bots. I think it's not really possible, but we can put AI easy, which is slightly better, maybe. It's known to win against MGG players before. But yeah, we don't really have any slots that we can postpone this game for. I mean, both Saturday and Sunday, US has teams that would overlap with that, so yeah, it's pretty much no go. Yep. I mean, the US time slot is pretty much a train wreck anyway. The one team that didn't show up was. I know that's Oz. Okay, fine. Well, Wednesday this week was US time slot. I had streamed and co-commentated on US games that people failed to show up for up to 15 minutes. Um, I think one team was really bad with that. Yeah, Major Sans Fullerton, and I think failed to show at least 3 times during the US hours. So yeah. Mm. Well, at least I'm not the one starting the games today, so I can just relax and have fun about it. But yeah, otherwise, who the hell knows? Surely they have someone alive, except for the player that should be playing. Yep, yep. I mean, at the point right now, I'm not sure whether, like, our team should also be having split players, and the other player hasn't showed up yet, which is fun. Well, hopefully the player that plays this Hanchan is able to play the other one as well. Otherwise, uh, it would probably be me that'll have to deep, and then someone else would need to stream. That would be quite sad. Or we could do a POV stream. Yeah, but hopefully it turns out good. If anything, these delays add to the chance that my player shows up, so I'm not too worried. They were just locked in the OC mines for poor performance. But yeah, really. I mean, we can try and go to the team chat and pester them. I mean, they did have some good OC, at least, like that song at the very beginning of the league and trying to set up a retro Mahjong game on top of that. But that was after all hours, so I don't think many people showed up anyway. It all doesn't matter if you just don't show up and then end up losing the league, but not catastrophically, so no one then remembers you afterwards. I mean, saying that good OC at the start of the league doesn't matter if you only produce it once or twice, and then just not perform in any way at all, and or start not showing up at all. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I would expect people to remember the Sanchoco because they're keeping their performance in the thread the same way $1 Bandits did last year. But other than that, who else? Well, maybe Renchan for being this batshit crazy. Yeah, and after that, so, well, maybe the French for being the French and winning. The rest probably will fade to obscurity at one point. I hope we won't get a tourney where everyone is forced to use that to play. That reminds me, have they had any streams with that thing on? I mean, I haven't. Oh, based. I mean, that has to look at, but at least they are showcasing it and there's a talks. Anyway, players Doko. I guess so, I guess so. Yeah, 15 minutes. I mean, how long are we expected to wait? I mean, that's probably better than just Kicking around the bush, yeah, sure, let's do that. I mean, the other players from this table also disconnected, so why bother at this point? Alright. So, let's just jump in, no need to think for that, I think. Hello. I guess. I mean, the other player. Okay, fair enough. I mean, in the match management, I only see two people right now, so. Okay, fine. I mean, the tutorial document says you can try to substitute with any other team, but at this point it's again suicide to try and do so. Oh, yeah, that works. That works. Well, fine. Then I'll drop from this game, Secretarian, and we can go back to shit talking the other teams. Makes sense. We table B, yeah. Yay, another 5 minutes of wait. Okay, well, at least I can make tablecloth now. Technically, XSA is also X Saint, so it would be 3 Saints versus 1 Master. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. Alright, tablecloth hopefully done. Maybe, I mean, for Crackhead at least, he'd probably prefer to get points, and from what I know, well, looking at his score, the previous game he played, he was absolutely shafted on that, and not having any luck at all, and I'm hearing that he's also the ranking Saint, so uh, the game will probably be interesting, at least from the luck point. Yeah, he's at minus 36.2 right now in the team. Yeah, and he only has one game for that. Well, that may work out for them. Rasko from Casino is also not doing that well right now. He is at 2.2. And how many games he has actually played? 6. So yeah, that would be also his last. And then we have Rip from, I forgot which team is that. Alorada? Well, we will find out today. Yeah, as long as they don't just rush cheap hands like absolute Niagas, then sure. I think the Mega Man gun is the one that'll try to prolong the fight the longest, just to get more and more points. They are still at minus 200. Even getting closer to 0 by the end of this one would give them, I don't know, morale boost if anything, if they care about winning at this point. But maybe they should. Who knows, who knows? Well, probably not with XSA, unless luck absolutely destroys him. If it was, I don't know, their captain playing, then I would bet that yes, the answer would be yes. I'm also quite surprised that the second best scoring player is the Shaman Composter. But well, guess he can play great sometimes too. Alright, how many seconds we have? I think it was Kingdom, but I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. Alright, 15 seconds to go. Yep. Loading, and I'm out. Sure. Okay, let me just select the correct view. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, I'll do so. East, Sha. Oh. Okay, well then, do speak up when it finishes. Well, Plesko has a pretty decent hand, I guess, with his Haku and two Doras. Bit awkward shapes though, but manageable. Yep, that needs to be a thing. Good. Yep, and Resko has just improved his shaping pins somewhat. Well, at least he has better acceptance, at least. Depends, yeah. I mean, we only see 1-3 so on the field, so it might just show up one place. To say, also quite good, I'd say. He. Yep, and even if he. Well, if he draws 3 Manzo, then it would be actually Summon Chan even without Itsu, but still pretty great weight. Crackhead opens up, that would be Tanyao. Yeah, just drop it, I guess, and it won't give him pinfall anyway. Well, Crackhead is now 10 by for 6 man, but everyone is holding on to that and not dropping it, so yeah, tough luck. I mean, unless Rip somehow draws, I don't know, 8 man or something, he might drop that, but yeah. Resko has just reached it. Well, interesting bait. He might get another hunt from the dragons. Otherwise, I don't think that 5-pin is coming out of anyone. Hello, Cyril. Huh, that's fun. Yeah, I do believe I have the mumble enabled. Are you sure it's not the other stream? Yeah, I can hear you. Well, I don't have actually anything that prevents... Ah, yeah, Discord audio is completely muted, sure. Why the hell is this happening to me? Yeah, of course, yeah. The desktop audio is absolutely broken on OBS. Yeah.
So perhaps something else is muted, not just me.
Now it should be there. So apparently muting the speakers in the volume controls mutes the OBS being able to actually get sound from the desktop. Who knew?
Alright, great. Well, we're back, everybody.
Oh yeah, we only missed one.
Yeah, it's too bad they missed all our glorious banter before the game started.
Alright, let's see, what do we have there?
So it looks like there's a potential for Honitsu there with Rip Van Winkle's hand, but the chances that those south and west tiles turn into something are pretty minimal.
I guess, and well, he's has more chance to go for Tenyo at this point. If he drops more Pinzu, he could try to go, yeah, this looks more like a Tenyo to me. XSA might go for Chanta from this. Yeah, he's getting Irish draws. Chanta Sanshoku.
Oh, there we go. We dropped into 3. There's no chance that turns into a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, too bad. Well, it makes it easier to call at least.
Resko's in Ishan 10, and he's got Tudora. There we go. So we've got a 3-6 Manzu wait for Resko. No Tanyao here because he accepted the 9 Sozu in their hand.
Yep. And XSA is actually playing Emons. Well, I guess they're somewhat safe from some point of view.
Yeah, he decides to fold there. Maybe the East will come out as a sort of half push.
I guess.
Because he's already got a Yaku. He's already got a Yaku with the White Dragon.
Yep. And it won't be double East because XSA is the dealer himself. I mean, given that he is a dealer, maybe he should have actually tried to push a little bit more. Crackhead is also folding with that 8-7 pin drop from that, otherwise, well, yeah, hand was not that great, but with those drops it's even worse like now.
So it looks like the players are tiptoeing around Resko's Ricci, who's called at the beginning of the first row. Oh, Rip Van Winkle draws one of the dangerous tiles, but intelligently keeps it to himself.
So Resko has still 1 3-man and 2 6-mans to be able to sumo. Certainly not all of them can be in the dead wall.
Yeah, certainly not. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure all of them are in the dead wall. The way these games go. So Rip and Winkle draws the Dora, and he's holding on to it for... Oh, here we go!
There it is.
An impressive hand. The going to East 3.
Well, that is
Resco.
Mangansumo, yeah. And that leaves XSA and Crackhead in 3rd and 4th place, respectively. Yeah, well, it's going quite fast. Maybe we'll catch up to the other game if it continues to go fast.
Yeah.
So, hands are looking somewhat interesting. Like, Resco has a chance for Ipeco in Manzo. The rest is maybe a bit meh, especially Pinzo.
Yeah, Rip Van Winkle has, 3 tiles away from an Itsu, but he completes the shape in the Sozu. And he's got pretty decent shapes in the Manzu as well, so I think he's in pretty good. He's in a good place to finish his hand first.
Yeah, he's a Shuntana. Well, his only problem is the Penchan.
XSA started out with a mess of honor tiles, and he continues to draw more messy honor tiles. But he managed to pair up those Souths, which were a guess win to him.
I guess he could try to go for Honitsu if he wishes for it. This doesn't help though.
Not with that draw.
Yeah, this looks closer to Richinomi right now. Crackhead has a pair of Dora and an Aka. But man, this is not looking pretty to try to complete. I mean, he has 4 pairs, I guess.
XSA?
No, Crackhead.
Oh. XSA also technically has 4 pairs, but you have to count the ones, the one in the Sozu triplet, or sorry, the South triplet.
Yeah, smashing triplet 4 pairs does not feel great, especially when you only have 4 of those. Anyway, Resco has reached it. His rate is 2-5
So this will be another Pinfu Ricci by Resco. This guy knows their efficiency. Once again, no Tanya because he accepts the 9-so into his hand. Perhaps we're witnessing the beginning of a pattern.
Perhaps. He also has not really Sanshoku. He is 5-6-7, 4-5-6, and maybe 3-4-5, which is always sad to see. But
so those 2-sos are unlikely to be removed from XSA's hand because they make up a block. And the 5-sosus are distributed between Rip Van Winkle and XSA. But there is one in the wall, and maybe he'll sumo it again.
Yeah, 1, 2-so, and 1. Oh, yeah, there it is. Thanks for the call.
There we go.
Well, no this time around, so it's really cheap. And now we're East 4. And Resco already has Ipeco. Marvelous.
Maybe even outside hand. Because he's got the 1-2 and the Sozu and the 7-9 and the Manzu.
Yeah, maybe. Well, he's kind of like in a pair everywhere, I guess. But he wants to force it here.
This is the decision point. Oh, whoa, okay.
I mean, 8-so is probably better, yeah. If he, self-draws another E-pin, that could be a pair, in some sense.
Maybe this will go towards a Chinitsu or a Honitsu.
Yeah, that might work, I guess.
I don't understand why you'd accept the one in into the hand. You already had 2 nice blocks and they gave you a good Yaku. That's just an extra 1. But hey, that's why I'm an expert too, and Resco is a I don't know what it's a saint, right?
Yeah, I guess. Well, this does make you a block and 2 pairs that can be called for Honitsu, I guess.
We'll see how this hand shakes out. That's just good.
Well, Rip also has a nice looking shape with pair of Doras, and I think he is actually Shanten. Oh, and another pair. How interesting. Crackhead.
Rip is in Ishanten? Yeah, if he pairs up one of the three pair, if he makes a triplet of one of the three pairs. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's kind of dangerous looking, at least for us. And how expensive would it be? So no way for Sanchaku, so just at most Dora 3 Richie. Well, I guess quite nice, as well as he's a dealer. Crackhead is... might actually drop to Mount, but probably won't. Okay, Rescue actually self-dropped. And donate Man. Huh. Well, that is Genbutsu to Rip.
And he decided not to drop the 7 Mon and take the 9 Manzu pair. Although calculating what he would have been waiting on in the Pinzu is a little bit of a challenge. Maybe 1-4, I think.
I mean, I'd probably try to gamble and go for Chinitsu from here on. But yeah, not really need to push it either. But he did anyway. Okay, Rip only managed to call a Khan. I think from this draws, Resko would have definitely gotten Chinitsu by now. Poor guy.
So, yeah. He calls the Khan, and all of the 8 pins have already been discarded, so it doesn't give anyone. But, you know, he re-shoots, so there's a chance for extra Ura when tiles get flipped over.
Well, yeah, except for his winning tiles are in the battle place, and same for Rip.
So a good defensive game shown by XSA and Crackhead there. And Bresco takes advantage of their Ipatsu laden hi-fi.
Yeah, but this current hi-fi for him is not that great. One Dora, and yeah, that's it.
So XSA has to be going for Honitsu hand here with the hi-fi he's got. Maybe Honitsu Itsu.
Honitsu Itsu would be good. He is like 2 tiles away from that. But just Honitsu Dora from this point situation is fine too, really.
Yeah, Honitsu Dora, and maybe he gets a triplet out of those Easts to add another Han to their hand.
Yep. So that would be 440, I think, with a Mangan. Direct hit on Rip easily gets him second, and no, it doesn't even need to be exactly on anyone.
We'll see if that East comes out of Resco's hand then, because he's probably worried about what Rip Van Winkle called.
That is a possibility if he doesn't have anything else to try and push. But now he wrote the second tune, so he goes with that first.
So what's Rip Van Winkle waiting on? A 2-5 Sozu.
Pretty much, yep. I mean, how many do we have still left for him? Oh, I dropped 5S. And deals in.
Oh, he's one of these! He's one of these!
I mean, he can do that. Also, I think my tablecloth is actually wrong. God damn it.
So Rip Van Winkle gets an Uradora out of that Ricci. Almost 12,000 points there. Some added from the Honda stick. And the Honda sticks keep increasing. No, he didn't get any from that last Honda stick because he was the dealer and it doesn't count. So, taking a look around the table, it looks like Crackhead's got a pair of the Chun And taking a glance at the rest of his hand, I get the sense that this is one that you'd want to call for to make quick, because he's got a rearmament in the pins and some pairs that can be called, because Richie Book 1 says that calling for pawns is 4 times as fast than waiting for cheese, because you got twice the amount of people who can donate the tiles.
I guess. Oh,
Exit. Are you fixing your tablecloth?
I just did.
Okay. Do we need to re-exit or anything?
I don't think we should like e-pin.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you only need to resync if you try to join from the beginning, because it tends to desync. If you join afterwards, it tends to work correctly, like half of the time.
Got it. Well, XSA is just choking in pairs. This could turn into a Toitsuba, because both he and Crackhead share the same problem where they have a lot of pairs.
I guess, yeah, and he doesn't want to open it to Toy because he doesn't have any out, he will get to 3 hand from that. Well, he is one away from Cheetoy, so that might work. Maybe. But yeah, going for Cheetoy sometimes just sucks.
So this is one example of a hand where Resco decides to discard the 9-so and go for Pinpu. So what we witnessed in the first 2 rounds is not the pattern for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But we're looking at a good Ishan 10 there for Resco.
Yeah, pretty much just 2 rearmaments to try to complete either of those. He could end up getting Sanshoku if he gets lucky with the draws. That's not a good draw. Well, he's getting Tanyao anyway out of this, so I guess it's fine. And well, he's not the point leader right now, but with Richie Tanyao being full, that works anyway.
Yeah, this could turn into a pretty sizable hand. So I wonder, that's a strange draw, actually. Oh, that's weird. He's going for the Ipeko chance then. He has to draw the 7, so as if that to happen. But they're paired up in Resco's hand.
I don't know. Like...
Oh, maybe this is Cheetoy.
It's probably a Cheetoy, yeah. Otherwise... He could try and call it, of course, if he really wants to. Like, if someone... But yeah, he didn't call the North when Crackhead dropped that.
Yeah, I think maybe at the time is he didn't have so many pairs. Oh, he draws the Aka 5.
Okay, that plays into Crackhead instead. So now Crackhead is also standby for the same 5 weight as well. Oh, double round.
So wait. Wait 1 turn before you deal it, right?
I mean, he's still second technically.
Oh, and the Aka too. That sucks because it gave each of them another one.
Yeah, but now Resko has Anko of Doros, and is ooh. Yeah, he is now Ishan 10.
Sorry, Ishan 10. Drop one of the 9-so. Or whatever you draw, I guess. A couple ways to get to.
Yeah, I mean,
with that hand,
he would
pretty open.
He'd probably be Shampon though, which sucks a bit. Oh, but yeah. So how is that doing? XSA, also a good improvement. Ipeko chance in Sozo. But a Kanchan and the Manzu. Otherwise. Okay, that's improvement around, yeah. Nice draw overall.
Here we go. He improves his possible possible tiles for improvement with that draw.
Oh, and here it is. Confirmed, Tripeco. Waiting on 3-6. I don't think anyone is dropping the Dora, so... But all the 3 months are still... No, 3 of the 3 months are still in the wall. Reef has discarded 1.
Yeah, a great draw there for XSA to add value to his hand. Rip Van Winkle has quite a lot of hints, but the shapes he has of the other suits are not the best to build a hand from, so I would expect him to fold right now. And
I
in
guess
this tournament, it only has 5,000 points.
True, no real need to try and rush this. I wonder if Crackhead will try to do anything fishy. Like, he doesn't really have... Well... Yeah, I guess 2 mana is safe and doesn't really improve the hand that much. Resco. Okay. Now, that's a really good draw for him. So he's now waiting on different set of tiles.
Oh, wow!
Oh!
It just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, I don't think Mega Man gonna win this play today.
Mega Mangan sends their best. Sometimes that's just Mahjong, you know?
Yeah.
Like we said at the beginning, you look at the way the standings have gone from the beginning to the end, the teams that shoot out towards the edges are coming back to the middle. The same is happening to XSA.
Yeah, but XSA are currently at minus 200 points.
Minus 200? No, when I looked at it, he was doing alright.
Well, as a player, yes, he's doing fine, but their team are at minus 200 points.
Oh, yeah. So XSA is at plus 200 points, but his team is at minus 200. So he's the one keeping their ship afloat above the waters of Mahjong Sans Puritan.
Yeah,
all right.
This is kind of tumbling down. Well, he could still get his Sanshaku and Junchan Dora from this if he gets it closed. That would be what 5 Han, 6 Han. So
yeah,
Hanuman
that would be a monster.
The problem is actually getting it. Like, you know, he needs to complete 2 Kanchans. That's never a good sign. His tiles are still out there, I guess.
I mean, he is Ishan 10 for that. And he's already paired up the 9 months, so there is a possibility of it happening. It's still early in this round.
Yeah, from his point, Turso has only been discarded once.
So Crackhead there, he called early, and I suppose he's going for a straight Tanyao Dora hand. No value. Well, low value. He wins, of course there's value.
Winning is all the while you need sometimes. Like, if he gets that, he has real chance of getting ahead of Rip, and really, if you want first, you need to not allow Reska to win anymore. He already has at 50k. If he starts winning more, you have less chances of actually going beyond him.
Oh, and at the time we were... Oh, Rip Van Winkle Richie's on a... what is that weight?
That's 1-4. Yeah.
1-4 Mansu.
So the... Oh. Never mind.
And Resco extends the lead even further. 55,000 points at the beginning of the South round. Keeps his dealer turn. And digs the hole deeper for the rest of these guys to crawl out of.
Well, at least XSA gets somewhat decent hand. Not for his position, sure, but otherwise somewhat decent hand.
That is a very nice hand to start out with. It's got 2 Doras already. And he completes. Oh man, that's one of the difficult shapes. The 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm reading that Uzaki book, and he has names for all of these different shapes.
I didn't bother remembering anything beyond Janmen Chanpon Kanchan, really.
Okay, well this is an extended Ryanman, the 2, 3, 4, 5. He manages to make it into a slightly bigger weight.
And Crackhead's hand in Pinzu is also looking quite interesting, I guess.
That's quite a mess. I mean, it's a good mess, but it's difficult to understand exactly what you're waiting on, unless you're a saint, which he is.
I really could just go for Chinitsu from that, so with anything that comes your way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you hover over the. Sometimes what I do, I click the Rishi and then I check the weights, and then I hit exit because I'm not doing it myself.
Yeah, but you just need to play no tips more and you get punished for that. Anyway, XSA reaches his weight to 3-6. So 6-so is dead in other players' hands. But all the other 3... Okay, what? There's a second one. Yep, I don't think Kreska needs to push that in any form. Crackhead
he decides to cut his north before the Hatsu. Which I guess it makes sense because...
all the other norths are out.
Yaku.
So it's absolutely safe here.
Oh, I didn't see he discarded one earlier.
Yep, and the other one is in Rip's hands, so... Unless, for whatever reason, XSA is actually waiting for Kokshi, which I guess he could still be at this point. But yeah, there was very little chance of not stealing him. And yeah, it was cut previously before. Right. Sorry.
So there's only two more 3-sos available to draw, and all the 6-sos are dead.
Yep. Also, if Resko is lucky, he might just stumble into Tenpai by the final discard and get another Renchan out of this. Like Ponin right now.
And drop the 5. Whoa, that's good play.
I mean, it's only half Suji, so he might have dealt in right there. But he's really safe right now, so yeah. But probably not with the Dora, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't take the risk with the Dora. Same risk that he did with the 5-mon.
I mean...
Makes sense.
It couldn't be Janman because 16 has passed and it was Genbutsu. It probably couldn't have been Penchan because 3 of the Ipins have been passed. Could have been Kanchan, I think, but I now don't remember what other tales it was discarded, so yeah, sorry.
XSA starts out with a double pair of his own Seatwind, which happens to be the Dora. I imagine we'll see him call this to Tenpai, unless he keeps drawing pairs the way he's doing.
I mean, even with drawing pairs, I personally try to call for Toy Toy. That makes stuff a bit easier than just hoping to self-draw it anyway.
Yeah, and if you call on that east one, you're definitely gonna scare the other people, scare the other players. Rip Van Winkles looks like they're already in. Well, I thought they were in Ishan 10. 1. I think they are.
They are. Yeah. Well, it is Kanchan and Sozu, but as well as good. Yeah, well, if he draws 3 mana, that's a bit awkward, but otherwise... Okay, he now can drop the Kanchan with Sozu if he really wishes to, but that's an Arca.
Yeah,
Choices.
he'll lose that Han. So the chances are that Yanda might come out of his hand, the 4-5 mon.
Okay, Resco is actually Tenpai on 3 mon, and Crackhead just drew a second of that. Crackhead is Ishanten Chitoi, but
Oh, and
Resco is.
Resco decides to dump his penchant weight in order to retain the Dora and make it his weight.
Oh, that's a good play. I mean,
So given that XSA called early, he's waiting on that East Wind to give him a Yaku. And he can't get rid of him now because Resco will call wrong.
I mean, he doesn't know that, so he might think that he has both of them, so it's relatively safe and deal in. But yeah, at this point, he just needs to continue pushing. Unless it's something really sketchy about the Richie, but even then, he has payoff for North Winds. Okay, Crackhead.
No chance we see. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, it was my mistake. Crackhead is still not in Tenpai. Yeah, he dropped his payoff, he E-man, so he would be no 10, no me again.
He is Ishan 10 though for 7 pairs.
Yeah, but except for Tune, the other styles are quite sketchy to drop. Like, you're not dropping Pop in here. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. So XSA now 10-5 for North and East. Oh. What? It doesn't matter.
My goodness.
So we see quite a tight race for second place here. Although if one of them manages to get a big hand against Resco directly, this game is still in play. Well, maybe not for XSA. He's pretty far behind, but.
Well, let's see. With direct hit dealer Mangan, that would be 38 for Crackhead, or 41 something for Rip. So Rip has better chances, I'd say, but he's South 4, which is not nice at all. If any one of them lands Hanuman as a dealer, yeah, that would be quite nice. So they might get the first place. But looking at those hands, yeah, not really.
Yeah, looks like Crackhead is calling for Tanyao as the dealer. He wants to keep his turn. And glancing around the table, it didn't seem like anyone's high pies were extraordinarily quick.
Yep, Resco cannot really force Tanyao from that because he doesn't have a pair. XSA also doesn't have anything that he can really call. Unless he somehow gets Sanshiku around that 7 something. And
Rip Van Winkle, he's closer than I gave him credit for initially. I think he's the Tushan 10 now. Though he's got a Panchon weight, which is never great.
He's got Benchan, and his easiest Tenpai would also be on Philip Ganchan, or drawing another pair. Which is not great at all.
Yeah, Resco's hand is pretty middling at this point. We're nearing the middle of the second row of discards. He's holding on to those Hatsu and Chun tiles.
They are somewhat safe, so if he really starts feeling danger, he will just drop them. His main priority is just not dealing in. And meanwhile, Crackhead is already in Tenpai, waiting for pin.
Well, it's you know, he decided to call early, and it's paid off because he's waiting for his winning tile now.
He can switch. He pro. Okay, he
Oh, he
does want
doesn't.
to do
He
it.
doesn't though.
I mean, it would have been at least some resemblance of Suji Trap. He cannot do this now though. Okay, he can try and do this with Nakasuchi, fine. I
Oh,
guess.
okay. That's a play. That's a play though. Maybe if he calls one more time, well, I don't know why you would do that, but I don't know if the other players are scared enough of his calls in order to you know, play Nakasuchi because they're afraid that they'll deal in. Do you know what I mean? It's
True,
only two
but
calls.
they also don't have any kind of hand as well, so they might as well just go for Betauri. But they usually just have enough other tiles to do play, so yeah. I think we'll just go to Rococo.
Will we see a Ricci from Rip Van Winkle dropping the 6 mon? That was a Dama.
I mean, it's a
Dama for
nice
what?
Dama. Dama for not losing a rich stick, at least. And it's only
And
one other row for, so no need to chase
yeah.
anything. He gets more from no-turn payments.
脳天
And another exciting round of Mahjong here. The hands were rigged from the start.
Okay, what do we have now? All
You
the
know,
dragons in the different place hands. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, another glance around. It's no obviously fast hands. Maybe XSA has a good shot because he's got the 3-4-5 Ryan men and the 3-4 Ryan men.
I guess.
Crackhead again, deciding to call and dropping the terminals.
Well, his otherwise he can pretty much garbage. He can hold on to a last dragon somewhat to try and see if he draws a pen, maybe makes it into a Yaku, but it's been discarded once, so still somewhat useful. He could have called this for so, maybe. But yeah, probably trying to just keep it as a deal is better play.
XSA taking his time before he decides to keep the east wind in his hand. He drops the pair of one. What? He drops. Can't say I understand is the thoughts. Maybe it's a safe tile play for something in the future.
I actually don't know why he would do that.
So Resco is in Ishan 10. Oh, well, he was waiting for the 3, so he's extended his acceptance tiles. He could accept 2-5 pin and drop the east to wait on 3, so.
リーチ
Okay, Rip is now reaching 8-5 pin.
So Resco with a 20,600 point league in South 3 is going to be thinking defense and not dealing in to maintain his lead until the very end.
G
Yep, and Crackhead would still try to push to not allow Rip get a second place. Unfortunately for him, 3 out of 4 of his winning tiles are in Rip's hand, and he just drew a deal in tile. So, Richie pin 4. Well, no it back at least.
Yeah, I'll see you in 20 seconds.
And no Ura. I mean,
'cause you
for
waited
South
20 seconds.
for South 4, Crackhead could potentially still get back.
Yeah, this is definitely within striking distance. He's gonna have to push this hand to get 9,000 points. And if it's a Mangan, it'd have to be... I don't know how to do the calculations, but it's always better to get it against the guy you're trying to beat. Anyway, Crackhead's hand is just amazing already. 3 completed sequences. If he drops either the 2 or the 5, he's got a pair in the pins. Then now an extended Rionmen. Richie Book 1 calls that a bulging shape, but there's a Japanese word for it, I don't know.
Yep, he might try to go for Tanyao to increase his number of Han, but that's a bit risky. I mean, it's early, so should be fine, I guess. Yep, he's
this is with those extended sequences, it's so easy to improve your possible weights.
On the other hand, Resco probably just wants to end it.
リーチ
Ooh.
チしちゃおっと
So Crackhead doesn't want to, well... That is Rishi pin 4 Aka. On Sumo that would be enough, I think. Because Rip is the dealer.
それパン
Directly against Rip. Richie, Pin Fuaka, chance for Ura. This is do or die for whichever team Crackhead is representing.
Yeah, that's Red 5.
Red 5. Oh, and they were in the conversation.
And well, Rip cannot currently win with his hand, so he needs to discard the Dora, which he probably won't. And then what else he is going to discard then? So
Yeah. If he draws,
チしちゃおっ
this is a
と
tough.
okay, he tries to fake it.
リーチよ
Okay, and XSA has reached it on the Shove 8 with best case outcome for him. Oh, he deals in.
Oh, no, he doesn't. He says no. And he says because it was Richie for it.
ツモどう
Ah, well, okay. Yeah, it was.
リーチツ
Call the
モ
rock.
ドラに
Oh my
マ
god.
ンガン
It wasn't really for it then.
Because he said no, right? To the 3, right? So he couldn't call it on Rip, yeah?
I think he said no because that wouldn't give him second. Or at least he thought
Yeah,
that it would give him second. It was not full return because that's not of the calls. The 6p Rip had in his calls was from Resco.
Okay, well,
I'm
thing
not
we have
sure
someone who
whether
knows
that
what they're
calculation
talking
is
about.
correct though. He needed a Mangan, yeah, sure. Yeah, Ronan XA wouldn't be enough.
He could I suppose he could have gambled on Ura, but he was waiting for Rip Van Winkle to deal in.
I guess he should have gambled on Ura, because otherwise... Yeah, you're either gambling for Tsumo or you're gambling on Ura, one way or another. Anyway, I heard that our second game has started. Let's see how many seconds we still have. 50 seconds, okay, I need to regenerate the tablecloth really quickly now.
So we've got the same players from game 1 coming into game 2.
Yep.
Yeah, just a brutal loss to end the game there for well, I mean, XSA had the most brutal loss, minus 400 at the end of it. But Crackhead tried his best. He took a digital, I don't know if it was digital because there's a chance for Ura, but he tries to get the direct hit on a guy who currently has second and it doesn't pay off. That seemed to be the theme of the game. Crackhead, trying to build a good hand, and just getting sniped by Resco's Pinfus without Tanyao because he accepts a 9-so.
Yep.
And Van Winkle's 20-second
I'm out of our current game. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay, whenever you're ready, I'll click. Just let me know.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, it's loading for me.
Boom.
Crackhead just called.
That's what I see too. It calls the 3 Manzu phone. So once again, Resco starts out as the dealer in East 1.
Well, let's see. XSA might call as well, maybe.
Okay, you keep commentating. For some reason, my browser is bugging out, so I'm gonna relog in really quick.
Sure, go ahead. So Resco has his dragons as a Yaku. That's fine and dandy. Probably not getting his Sanchiku around the 5s though. Yeah, and otherwise the hand is
Boom.
somewhat decent, but still Ishantan. XSA calls. He is probably going for Toy, at least I need. Toy Tanyao 300 at the beginning, quite nice.
Boom.
Alright, Crackhead just called again for the 3 pins.
Yep.
Very good.
Unfortunately, he is not getting his Sandoko because he has just discarded the 3-so. Unfortunate, but yeah, they were quite slim chances, I'd say, at this point, and easier to try and call other stuff.
So Resco decides to drop one of his Wests over the free White Dragon Haku.
Well, he probably wants to get the most out of his 2 Doras.
Chi.
Yep, but Rip is... I'm reading this right.
I think that 7-so is gonna have to come out to fix his head. I imagine he'll call on the 6-7, 6-7.
Yep, and dealing into XSA. I guess that... that should work here. And XSA hasn't abandoned his chances for Toy, just going for Tanyao. And that was only middle of the second row. I don't know whether that was a good idea at this point. Okay, Resco.
His 5 pin's gonna come out. He'll be waiting on the... Oh, what?
No.
Tanyao.
I rejected.
Oh, それポン。
Okay, well, Resco calls again for his wind. This might be Chanta. Oh, my co-commentator has decided to log out for whatever reason.
それポン。
Well, let's play with ourselves again for a bit. XSA, hello again.
Oh, sorry about that. I think I'm missing I might be having connection issues.
Ah, well. So anyway, Resko is going for maybe Chanta, not quite sure right now at this point.
Yeah, perhaps. Although he discarded that one mine over the force, so
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure already. XSA hand is looking really impressive.
yeah, that's a great hand to start off with. Ipeco chance there on the 3-pin. Some great Yanmens.
Yep. And Rip has called for his bind, and otherwise he's already Ishan 10 with double Kanchan around Dora, so really nice.
Crackhead here. It's got some clearly great shapes. Based on the look of it, it's probably Ishan 10, but the mines are difficult to quickly read.
He is Ishan 10 if he discards 4 man, he has a 4, 5, 6, 7 shape in Pinzu and Yamen in Sozo.
Rip Van Weckel also Ishan 10. He's waiting on the Ryankon. And if he completes the Ryankon, he's guaranteed to keep the Dora tile. Then he'd be waiting on 6, 9, so.
Yep. I mean, he's using that Dora tile one by another because it's in the middle of the Ryankon.
リーチ
Ooh, that's a tricky wait. So Crackhead got his third 7 man and it's now his spare. And waiting 5-8. Tonyao, Pinfo, but that's about it. Well, Richie on top of that, of course.
Oh, looks like decided to take a break.
Oh. Let's see what's wrong there, I see.
It looks like someone needed the restroom. He's releasing his flow right now. No, you need to hold it in.
I mean, our game does seem to have just started a few seconds after it ended, so maybe they could have waited a bit between those.
So Crackhead with the Ricci, turn 8. I imagine the other players would probably fold. Maybe XSA could give it a little push, given how close he is to Tenpai. And that he's the dealer. Who's Ishan 10?
He is, but where are his tiles? He needs 3-6 man and 3-6 so.
Is your
okay,
your
that's
point
1-3
oh,
so.
there we go. And it's the Dora. Way to go. Nice, good skill. I mean, it's good skill to build a widely high acceptance Ishan. But it takes even more skill to sumo Ipatsu.
タイヤを3色同時
3色 is top of
トラ
that.
に
Oh, that too! Oh my god!
パイマン
These are all the points you lost in the first round coming back.
Yeah. Sorry about your fourth place, bro.
Holy shit. Yeah, way to send a message. It's not about winning, it's about sending a message. Holy crap.
Yeah, and his hand is again quite good.
Yeah, and he got the skill. He filled out that end Kanchan weight on the 789. Usually those things slow down your hand.
Well, not this time. he could also get his weight on Dora if he pulls it off. Though somewhat unlikely. One in Rip's hand, one in Crackhead's.
You know, I get the sense he's feeling the flow from the last hand, so he might he might decide to push on that Noritaki.
That bathroom break, he got his flow from others.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another Iron well, at least no Sun dodging this time around. But still, Richie, Pinfall, Aka as the dealer and at 50k. Ooh, and Cracker draws the first one. Yeah, Nan is safe. Somewhat, at least Honors again, but so as you know that.
Yeah, he obviously the South Wind is not much value right now, but he had discarded the seven pin earlier and decides to keep it this time around.
つもどう リーチつも
And the Nora.
ドラ
Yeah, and Anor, yeah.
マンガン
Well,
So we've got a tight game here for second place.
I feel a strange sense of deja vu.
Yeah.
But with different players this time around.
Resco sees that his hand's got quite a few terminals. I imagine we're gonna see a toy push here.
Yeah.
Or just a callable push no matter what. If someone drops the 7-1, that's being called.
Yeah, he gets June Dora. Ooh, yeah, he's
Here
probably
we
not.
go.
That sounds like Toy to me, not just some
ポン
poor
If he
Chanta.
gets a
あ
couple lucky draws. Well, I was gonna suggest a concealed 3 triplets, but you can't do that now.
Yep, and I think Crackhead will hit him the other dragon because he himself is going for Honitsu, Aka.
If he holds that Hatsu around much longer, it's gonna become a Dylan tile for Resco.
Oh, he doesn't know that yet. So where can Ernesto
Lichio?
get his other tiles? Yep, he's got getting his ESO from XSA.
しちゃおっ
On his 9 pin.
とあそれポン
That's a timely discard by Crackhead. A couple more turns and that would have been very dangerous. So XSA on a Shanpan weight, 4 mon, 6 mon, both middle tiles.
Yep, but well. Okay, what will Crackhead do? He pushes. Okay, so that's 4, 5, and 7 pin that he can accept. Nice weight. Yeah, this is quite dangerous. The problem is 4 pin is completely dead.
Yeah, thanks to him.
Oh, no, it.
ラン本一ドラ
Oh, that's 3 hands, so not big. Even
And
with
there's
2
a-
Conbus and Digistick, not that much, but at least he's now second.
Yeah, and he's 5,000 points ahead of the players in third and fourth. I think you know
あそれポ
when a
ン
dealer goes on a rampage the way that XSA does, there's a sense of relief at the table when the dealer turn gets shifted over. So I imagine that's what the other Jianqi felt at the moment.
Yeah, I'm completely sure. And it means at least the game's actually progressing, and you're not being stuck with them for more than chance.
Yeah. A couple good shapes for Resco here. Although if the Ryoncon fills, one of those doors is gonna have to come out. Oh, I assume he'll drop the floating tiles before that happens.
Crackhead is Ishan 10, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
チー
yeah. On the on anything. Yeah, like he could draw quite a few top, well, very wide. Well,
Probably 4 so here. Well, 2 so. Also kind of work, I guess. Yep. But not 9s. A shame. What are the other players doing anyway?
you know, another option could have been those souths because he's got a Tanyao without them. But maybe you want to keep those open for
あ
chance to
それ
call.
ポン
So we've got Resco on a Dora Tonki.
Cheeky, but well. They're still 2 in the wall. Rip is not dropping his at least.
And it is a terminal, and those tend to come out with pretty high frequency.
Okay, Crackhead is now 10 by.
ダウンリーチ一発ドラ
Rig the Patsu tile.
Okay, and Crackhead is now dealer, and he has a nice hand. Like, of course, it's
I
not
think he's got a-
sunken.
Yeah. It's good for calling. I think, you know, he gets the Chuan and then he can fill in those Ryankans, and that Kanchan might be a little tough later in the game.
Yeah, but
Resco though. Resco is in Ishan 10 already.
Yeah, but having dragons as a pair, he
wonder
lined
if
up with
he'll take
Richie
it.
Nomi. Well, okay, well, that's Richie and Dora because he's waiting on Dora, and Dora is now Nakasuchi. But who the hell is going to fall for that, at least right now? Maybe late in the game though. But Rip got his second 4-pin and he can use that. And Crackhead is certainly keeping his, so there's only one more tile left somewhere in the wall.
So with a Richie this early in the game, chances are we're going to see some defensive play by the other players.
I mean, it depends. If you don't have anything to fault with, or if you think your hand is good, or you just think that the player is waiting on absolutely shitty hand, you can just completely disregard it and push. Besides, Resco is 4th. I guess only Rip is in real danger dealing in, because he's only 7.2 Ks away from him.
Yeah, Rip, a couple turns ago, he had a pretty tempting hand if he got some good draws. You know, he could draw the 3-pin for Ipeco, double Dora, still closed as well.
Yeah,
but you know, he's
is-
folding completely.
Yeah.
Like he had dropped that. See, he dropped that 6, 7, 8 sequence. The seven mon completed a sequence he had earlier. So this is a fold.
Crackhead is also technically folding with that for us. What is he thinking though about right now? Okay, yeah, he didn't drop the dollar.
So he's folding. He drops the 2-pin, which is Suji, to the 5-pin that came out after the Ricci. But the one so was also an option. But I guess I don't know, maybe it's one of those K10 plays, but his hand is complete garbage with those floating honors. Mawashi. That's what the last commentator told me that was called.
I mean, one is... Yeah, could kind of work, but on the other hand, that he could probably try to pick something else at that point, really. Although, discarding Hornets to be alive also isn't a good idea. And Resco drops the last Dora.
So we've got Richie Dora,
ドラ
And Suma. Yep.
Richie Sumo Dora. So Resco manages to make a dent in the fight for second. 10,000 points or so behind Crackhead.
Yep, and he's now dealer. So it is entirely possible, I guess. On the other hand, it's also possible for Crackhead to get first, because he is South 4. Now let's see how it goes.
Resco's got a pretty okay hand to start out with. Those are strong shapes in the Sozu.
Sozo for sure, but otherwise it's all Kanchans in Pinzo and Manzo. Yeah, it's beginning of the hand, so I guess he can still self-draw something into it. But he's currently drawing on us, which is not helping. Crackhead has drawn a pair of dragons, and he has a Dora, I guess. But Rip's hand is much better than that.
Yeah, he's building a collection of Dora over there, potentially throwing them into an Ipeco.
Like, Rip is Ishanten from Sananko, potentially.
G
Yeah, some might argue that 6-pin probably is not the best, because it has slightly better acceptance, I think. Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a quick backfire.
On the other hand, it only backfired because Crackhead has actually called.
So I imagine Rip, he might end up on a Shanpon weight with the right tiles. For instance, if he draws the 3-so, he'll drop the 1 and then be waiting on 1-2 mon. That's a bad weight, because it's the Dora, and also you've used up 3 of the 2 mons in your own hand.
Yep, and also Crackhead is holding for his Doras for also potentially Shanpon.
Yeah, that would be a really bad weight. Possible weight. XSA's hand doesn't look much better than it started out with. Although maybe those are safe tiles, you know what I mean? That's what they say.
I mean, the tune certainly is. The other dragon is left, so no need to feed it to other players. Okay, Rip finally got into his standby 3, so
And he's added more value to his hand with the Akka.
yep, true.
Yeah, if he had a Yaku, definitely, well, probably Dama that with 3 Dora.
And that makes Crackhead fold. Well, understandably, he doesn't have a Yako, so he can't really push with that. Okay.
So we've got a 4-7 mon weight. Resco is dealer.
Oh, Crackhead keeps getting bad stuff. I guess 9-pin is at least Suji for Rip.
Perhaps
Yeah.
the-
Oh,
つもやっときたリーチ一発つもドラ
12,000 point hand there for Resco.
yeah, nice fake one gun.
And keeps his dealer turned into South 1. So things were looking bleak at the beginning of the South round, but now I think they're looking up for Resco fans out there.
Well, you know what they say, even with 50k points you can still lose.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Still, it's only South 1, anything can happen realistically. And XSA has quite nice hand. he can call for double on and then knock on top of that. And I'd say it's way better than what Resko has, at least right now.
ポン
Yeah, Crackhead's hand's okay too.
It's a bit of a waste though. If he doesn't get his another door, it wouldn't be Chunomi.
Yeah, and he might end up, if he draws the 3-6 on a Atazuke for the Chun.
Yep, and worst case, the Chun has already been discarded once. I really don't
that's
think
awful.
he should have done that. But maybe it's sign of desperation or hoping that people don't expect Chun to be in the play.
Yeah, but you know, when you gamble on something like that, you know, there's a chance it's in the dead wall. You know, with the Taki weight, it makes a bit more sense because if you see one discarded, there's no way they could both possibly be in the dead wall.
Yeah. Okay, Resko doesn't keeps his EP in a spare. I guess fair. He gets another chance to reconsider, and he does reconsider. Yeah, sometimes you just need to listen to the wall.
リーチ
Oh my, that's rapid developments all across the table. So, Crackhead got his pair of Dora, which he cannot use, and he's still waiting for Otazuke, but at least he now has better value. And Resko just deals into Rip, which has Chitoi Dora 2, which is at least Mangan. And
Ipatsu as well?
ラン
oh yeah, so that would be Hanuman.
Oh, all those points, Resco bros. God. Like dust in the wind.
Yeah, battle for the
Oh,
second
God.
place is still going on. Alright, what do we have here? Let's go, I guess, to terminal pairs that make it somewhat usable, but otherwise... okay, that's
Pretty
a better
great
draw.
hand to call like crazy for Rip Van Winkle.
Oh yeah. That's
Although
really-
it's close enough to completing that he might wait to keep it closed. Although if one of those bad weights completed, yeah, I'd call that immediately. I'm surprised he keeps the 1. I guess the 5 is hanging anyway.
he might be seeing the Sanchoku on 1 to 3.
Oh, I see. I don't see it because you need a 2 and a 4 bond, and the chances that you draw both in 6 or 7 tiles are low.
I mean, you only need 2 man and Ipin, realistically. If you go for that one and not for the Tanyao version, but yeah. Well, anyway, he just self-dosses them into Tanyao, Dama.
Double Dora on the Aka 5.
Yeah,
This
that's
is a
disgusting.
massive hand.
That's already a Mangan, and yeah, that's Hanuman.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's just a 20 seconds to rub it into other people's face.
Oh. Oh gosh.
Well, now Creep can actually get first, if he wants to.
Yeah, a direct hit on XSA with another hand like that. We got a new big dog in town.
Not even with Hanuman. Direct hit Mangan is more than enough. Even not a... Even Sumo I think would be enough. He would be 43 and XA would pay 4k. Yeah, Sumo Mangan as dealer would be enough.
Resco is building up a gorgeous looking hand in Banzu tiles.
He indeed is. He is currently like in the... Okay, he is the pair. Yeah, yeah, just do it.
Okay. You draw the 3-mine, Ipeko, Dora. That's Ricci.
Yeah, I mean, worst case, he's getting 9-man. Then it would be only rechiping for Dora. Otherwise, he's having Danielle and a chance for Ipeko as well.
Oh yeah, 9-man is also a accepted tile.
Yep, now Cracker is fucked though with his tiles, unless he completes his cheat toy on those tiles he's dealing. Oh well, he can just fold here. That works too. What would I say though? Yeah, that was Genbutsu. And he doesn't really need to push, I guess. And
Yeah, you know, it's 15,000 points. It's still a comfortable lead if the person that you're defending against is not in second place.
リーチピンクドラドラ
yeah, that's...
You know, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse, yeah, but there's fake Mangan. If he had Daniel, that would be still just a Mangan. Only on 3-man that would have been Hanuman.
Yeah, that would have put him over the threshold.
Somehow Crackhead is now last.
それポン
Let's see, can he even win this hand fast enough? He technically...
Yeah, a good couple draws. That puts him in contention, but Rip Van Winkle's not playing around. I think he's going for a Honitsu with Manzu.
Oh, just
that 3-4
Tatazuki.
so... Sorry?
Probably just Tatazuki that works fine as it is. Yeah, but by now Crackhead is probably slightly faster with Tanyao. Unless he keeps getting to draws. Resco is also Ishan 10.
Yeah, that's right. If he calls the Haku.
チーしちゃおっと
Or just goes for Atazuki on that. Okay, yeah, Rip is Atazuki on Huts. XSA has both Haku and Hatsu, which he is going to hold on himself, probably to choke other players.
Yeah, XS. Yeah, I mean, if he pulls that Rion man against I suppose Rip, but it looks like he's gonna be playing defense this turn.
So that means that Crackhead could potentially get his hand, but he's
Yeah,
still
already.
not getting it.
He has been waiting around for a while. Ishan 10 now. Tanyao, Ipeko, just like Resco's hand the turn before.
Okay, that's...
So it
No.
looks like we've got a 2-pin, 5-pin. Wait. If he gets the 5-pin, he'll have Ipeko as well.
I'm not sure whether you should have reached that. I mean, that does make sense in terms that Resko will probably try to fold. But maybe not Rip. Yep, and
So
now
he reaches this.
Resko now can reach you because no point going down because Crackhead has already reached his weight.
So it's the same weight as Crackhead on the 2-5 pin. So there's a chance. Oh,
Get hacked.
there we go. Ipeko
And now
reaches
it's Echo.
Sumo.
イーペイコタイヤ
Ah, yeah, Ipeko
ド
no
ラ
pin
ミ
for you, sorry. And Dakatu.
ハネマン
Jila Haneman. Okay, this has been a roller coaster so far. Crackhead might get first place out of it.
He goes from last to in contention for first in one hand.
Yep, he has Dora too, but my god, the rest of the hand is
So
not horrible.
this is the first time we might actually be considering XSA's plays since East 2. He's been sitting pretty with a comfortable 20,000 point lead until now.
I mean, South 3 it was also a bit questionable, but yeah, now it's even worse.
チ
Yeah, South 3 it was 14, 15,000 with Rip Van Winkle, but I think Resko and him went back and forth for quite a while. Resko is in Ishan 10, right? 3-4. If he draws the 2-5 mine, he'd be waiting on the Kanchan for 3 pin.
Yep. And if he draws a... Okay, yeah, he's got 4, so anyway. XSA is... technically also Ishan 10, just for Tanyao, but that's all he needs to get himself first. Crackhead... Oh...
It's not the greatest hand.
Yeah...
Ryoncon. It's got 2 Doras though, so there's good value, but I just don't see the speed.
He can try for Otazuke, but he needs to call something for that, and I don't see other players dropping anything useful for him anytime soon.
So from the other players' perspectives, XSA is only called Sozu tiles, so they might think he's going for a Honitsu, but maybe in first place they think he's trying to end the game quickly by calling middle tiles for Tanyao. So 10 pi now? No, wait, no,
No,
it's
that
not.
won't be 10
I
pi.
thought that was a 3. Thought that was a 3 month or a 5 month.
Okay, Rip has reached
7 mon. Wait.
so
7,
that's
so wait.
guaranteed Sanshoku, Richie Chun, Sanshoku. He has a chance of getting second if it's a direct hit on Crackhead.
ロ
But instead XSA just wins his Tanyao.
ンタイヤを
Oh, we won't get to see that happen. XSA ends the game with a Tanyao.
Well, and by the end of 2 games, we have pretty much each team didn't go anywhere. Casino plus 17.5, Mega Man Gun plus 2.8, Red 5 minus 5, and Eldorado minus 15.3.
Well, the status quo has been maintained. The performances here today. XSA's early massive hands is in East 1 and East 2 really shaped this second round here.
Yep, and with Neanderthals winning 2 first places on the other table means that the fourth is now currently at 242.6, which means
That's crazy.
yeah, other teams are not really having a fighting chance at that unless they start winning really, really soon, and I mean starting from the next section.
you know, plus 128.7 points. That may be one of the best hands we've had, or best performances we've had in the game this whole season.
I think we had something slightly crazy, or at least of the same cadence. I cannot really recall from whom and when though. Maybe one of the times we had Yakomans being one.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, it was a pleasure commentating with you. Wahaha.
Yep, same here, and well, it's already 4 a.m. Time
Yeah,
to wrap it up.
let's get to sleep.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
See ya.